Hello, everyone, and as always, welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we're finding and learning and turning the great strategy games. Today, it's back into Gary Grigsby's War in the East 2. This is our Let's Play against a very challenging AI, at least the first time through the game, which is a good thing. But we are on the scramble, as you well know. Welcome. It is a Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. And that is my favorite holiday. Now, for you Europeans, there's a lot of European subs. I would say it's like 60-40 US to Europe. A lot of Europeans like war games. I don't know why, I don't know what in history would cause me to think Europeans would like war and the study of it, but indeed you do. Um, for you Europeans, I'm sure you've heard of Thanksgiving. You know what it is. It's the greatest. You got to get in on this. Now, it's the greatest holiday ever. It's all about food. I mean, there's nothing else to it. There's no religious aspect to it. There's nothing. It's just about food. And oh, and reflect. My wife says, and reflecting what you're thankful for. Well, tomorrow I'll tell you guys how thankful I am for you. Today we got war to go about. But anyway, over this holiday, you get a 4-day weekend, Thursday and Friday. So that's fantastic. What else can you say? It doesn't get better than that. I'm gonna make a big old meal tomorrow, and I can't wait. Or actually, I may make it tonight. We'll see about that. But I will be streaming tomorrow. I should be streaming Friday, probably on Saturday, and then I think I'll take Sunday off. So just so you can plan accordingly, tomorrow I will be streaming at the usual time, 3 o'clock Central. Central. I used to live in the Central Time Zone. Pacific. 3 o'clock Pacific on Friday, probably at 3 o'clock Pacific. Saturday, 10 a.m. And then Sunday, I'm gonna a day of rest. Anyway, hello everyone. Thanks for joining. Hi Sarge, how's it going? Battling Geezers here. Simone Constantini. If you're not Italian, you should be, my friend. Malcolm Hunt is here. Nord, hey, happy pre-turkey day to you as well. We're not gonna have turkey. Is turkey that good? Well, turkey can be good. I've enjoyed some turkey. We're actually going to have ham. Uh, Whatever. We could go into that. You guys don't want to hear about it. This time we are going to turn the turn. But before we do that, you knew that was coming. Before we do it, we still actually have some units to move and a few other things to do. But we will be turning the turn. Hopefully, I will not be in Stalin's gulags. I may be back in Berlin in the gulag. It could go either way. It doesn't look like my options are good as the head of this army. I'm either going to be captured by the Soviets or recalled to Berlin. Either way, probably not great. All right, let's get after it, and let's see what we got going on here. Hold on. There we go. All right. Well, we did not move a lot of these troops up here. I hemmed and hawed and, tried to figure out what the hell I wanted to do with some of this stuff back here, and then I ended up not moving them. So I'm going to come all the way from the north. And this is not going to be, I'm not going to move every unit or anything like that. But I do want to look at it all again. And I'm scared to move anything. Now, remember, we did move infantry division back to try to build back up. And we're just going to do that time after time up here in the north. This is all fine. We know, well, I say it's all fine. We've got it set up the way we want it on the Narva line. We've got 16th Army sitting here. I always forget. Oh, it's Shana. Very good general sitting here at 16th. Hopefully this holds across the land bridge. If they break through here, we've got all kinds of problems. If they do a jailbreak there, anyway, moving on. The Finns, I've got to keep here. I mean, I don't, we could break them up, and that was an idea that Lucas sent me in his very well composed email. It even had screenshots I hope you're here, Luke. Well, Lucas isn't here, but he'll probably hear it later. Lucas had screenshots with MS Paint that he had put on there. I was really quite impressed with it all. It was a great presentation. I just wish it was in slides. No, I kid, Lucas. Don't send me slides. Um, it was quite good though. I do not want to give up these level 3 forts ringing Pskov, so I'm not going to. I'm going to sit right here. Now, we do have a problem in that this is not a very strong unit. The Soviets seem to have quite a bit here. Yes, this is a level 3 fort, and it's in the light woods. Now, what do we have here? This is clear. This is clear. God, I really don't want to scoot back, and I don't want to get out of the level 3 fort. Um, Here we're also in light woods. This would be clear. If we go back here, it's clear, clear. But, okay, we've got the roadway guarded, guarded. I mean, we've got stuff on the roadway at least. I just don't want to get on a road and end up in Pskov. Speaking of which, we've got rail units to move as well, and I had kind of forgotten about that, even though it's incredibly important. If you wonder what I'm doing right now, I'm going back to Berlin, and then I'm going to go forward to Warsaw, and just Warsaw, and just make sure we don't have anything else to move there. Okay, and we don't, unfortunately. I wish I had another Luftwaffe field division to come sit in Pskov, but as it is, we're just going to have the headquarters here. We got to hope he just doesn't completely run this over. Now, ultimately, this is light woods as well. It may be best if I scoot this back one, but for this turn, I'm going to leave it. This is the guy. It's 10,000 troops. If we look at the TOE 62 and 70, he's really the guy I want to scoop back because if he pushes through here, he can get on the roads. But I just don't think moving out of a level 3 fort makes sense right now. I just don't think it does. Now, it might, but I don't think it does. Here we're in the clear. Here we're in the clear, but I'm actually going to move this guy back behind the river, I think. Uh, I just think it's safer back here. He can start to try to rebuild a little bit more, and I'm going to start moving some things around here. Because ultimately, if I leave this a little bit open, the Soviets don't have a whole. This is hard to move through. Now, I don't want to leave it all the way open, but I'm going to have to scooch some troops. Um, so, mm, where's the best place to start? I was thinking maybe I would start here. I don't want to leave this all the way open, but he can't close it all the way down, even if I have it a little open. So I think what I'm going to do is actually scoot this guy over. All right. Right now, he's in a level 1 fort. That doesn't really matter. That's light woods. That's light woods. He could get in the heavy woods here, and I could go heavy woods, but this is the problem. I guess he could go there, he could go there, there, and there, but I've still got a gap. Um, where would I like my gap to be? That didn't sound right. Um, I could go here. I could back him there, but I don't want to do that. I could back this unit up to here. I will be giving up a level 3 fort, but that spreads me out better. I could break one of these up too, but I think what I'm going to do is. Ooh, I hate to do that. I think what I'm going to do for this turn. Now, that is a really strong looking unit. Um, I think I'm going to bring this back to the heavy woods. I'm going to put him in the heavy woods. They're a little closer here to, and I'm going to give up some of these forts. This fortified zone, eh, I think I'm going to disband this one. And I think what I'll do is build one like behind this river. Although if they touch it, nah, I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave that. And what I, okay, we'll come back to that. Okay, so here, then I'm going to go here, around there. Is that right? Nah, let's do that. And then also, well, actually, I've got 2 fortified units. I can do it for a turn, I think, and leave these 2 fortified. Now he's in a level 3 fort. And I think what I'll do then is take this unit, put him on this side of the river, and take this unit. Can he get there? No, that's okay. I think what I'll do then is just back him up. Is he in rough right now? Rough. Mm, yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it like this. Now, this is not ideal. I get that. Those guys will crumble in a heartbeat. Um, but we've got to get scooted out here a little bit. I think I will back this guy up. And if he wants to come through here or through right here, go for it. But I think that's better, and we'll start to hinge this back. Now, we can start to move through here, but it's going to be very hard for him to do that. Fourth, that's not great, but I'm going to roll with it. All right, up into here. We've got a panzer division. Okay. We've got infantry. What I'm worried about is some kind of push through this area right here. Um, we've got infantry, panzer infantry, well, parts of panzer divisions. We've got infantry there and infantry here. What I think I'm going to do is actually move this infantry down one to here. Now, look, I get it. He can come right in here and start to squeeze us, but I'm trying to get to a place where essentially it's 2 across. That's the idea anyway. And then I'll put him there, or I'll put him, von Manstein, we'll put him there. Again, it's not beautiful. It's not even good, but it's better than what? Well, it's not terrible. How about that? Here, I also don't like this. I've only got this one unit. I really want to get this guy out of here. But what I'm going to do instead is I think I'm going to go stack this unit on top of him. Why am I doing that? Well, because that I don't think that's strong enough to hold against anything. I think this is, and potentially this. Um, this is going to be isolated probably no matter what. I mean, I don't see how he's going to unisolate that. This is also a problem, but we've got problems everywhere. So it's probably not at the top of the list of worry. As we come along then, I'm kind of going to leave that. When we get down to this area, I don't love it, but if we look at the defensiveness, we've got 12, 18, X, and 12. So even though the Hungarians are here, they're arguably the strongest thing outside of the city. Not great. Not great, gents, but that's what we're going to have to roll with, I'm afraid. I just wanted to make sure we're not going to get Kiev taken immediately. Now, this stack doesn't look great, but again, we've got something at least standing behind it. As we get down here, we've got huge gaps. This is actually a fairly strong unit. I'm going to scoot him up just one. I wish this guy could get back, but he can't. 3, 5, 6, 4. I mean, none of that looks good, right? And then out here, we're behind 2 rivers at least. I think we're just going to have to roll with that. Now let's go look at the rail, and for that I'm going to scoot back. Oh, I should go check the chat to make sure you guys are all still with me. Uh, M60, that is not true. We're gonna see it. We're gonna do. I am tinkering and tottering. That is true. All right, let's look at our rail units. One of them I would like to get all of this potentially fixed, but I've also got to think if the Soviets are going to break through anywhere, I would like them to break back through here, through the marshes again. If I had to pick, right? Um, we have got to get a rail unit south. So it's just a matter of which one. Now, this is already repairing. It's got quite a bit to repair. I probably really should get back to this. This guy up here, if we look at what he's got, this is all going out into the marshes, right? Can he get on the rail from here? He can't. And I thought we looked at this last time. Can this get on the rail from here? No, he can't either. Okay, so that's two of the three. Now, where are our other rails? We have one up here. When I say rails, I mean rail repair. He's got a couple of hexes to do here, but honestly, I'm not sure that that's that big of a deal. Unfortunately, I think he's going to have to stay up here. He could get on a major rail line here and then go. I mean, I'm not worried about freight to the north, right? They've got a lot of different places to go. Although they've broken or it's broken here and broken here. Okay, this guy I'm actually going to keep here. Let's repair that. Let's repair that. And if he can get down there, let's repair that. Okay, so that all looks good. And then I say good. I mean, it looks better than not good. All of the north will be pretty much repaired. I could come over here and do some of this, although this freight can still make its way around. Is there anything else in the north that I need to worry about? Well, there's a lot to worry about. I think this guy in the north, I'll bring him down here and do these. Let's see, just out of Vilnius. So let's take that off. Can I put him on a train? No. If I moved him a hex, I probably could. But let's just take him down the road and we'll get him close to Vilnius and we'll come do those. Okay. Now then, my friend. This guy, why can he not get on a train? That is repaired. Oh, there we go. Okay, he can. I swear to God, I just hit that a second ago. This guy, I'm going to bring all the way down to Kishinev. He's not being protected by much, but let's bring him down there. He's on the train. Okay, so then we'll take this one and we'll repair what we can up here and then actually get down here. I think this is more important than going into the swamp. This is off a major rail too. So I'm actually going to bring him right there. And I don't know. Let's go west first, sure. And we'll repair all of this area that we can out of Lublin and also Brest-Litovsk. Let's get all of this with this rail guy, and then the final rail we know is over in the Crimea, and we got to get this deadly hex there. All right, I think that does it. Let's see what happens. What do you say? Is anybody yelling? Oh, one other thing. Sorry. Let's look at any depots we want to get rid of. None of those are necessary. I don't think any of these are that necessary this turn anyway. I'd like to keep these if I can. Now, this one may have to go eventually, and then this one will go eventually. We could probably already do that. It's not hooked up anyway. Let's just get rid of that one. So we'll disband that depot. It doesn't have a port. It's not a port. And we'll get rid of that. And then let's see if there are any other that are under direct threat. Venitsa, not terribly. I hope. That's what. Let's put it that way. We backed up here off the river. God, I hate to do that, but I may just let him go back out into the swamps, and we'll play that game again. That worked. That worked well in 42. At least that part of it did. I don't think there's much to do there. Gosh, I'm tempted to move this guy. I feel like he's got tank cores aplenty out here. Not that this is going to stop anything, but it'll slow down the movement points potentially. I'm actually even tempted to start moving these guys back, but I like him to be behind the river there. Some of this may get blown out. God, I hope it doesn't, but it may. Do I have anything else? Nah. All right. There we go. Let's get rid of this one. Depot number 12. Okay. Let's get rid of that because the Soviets are probably going to take that hex. Anything else? I don't see anything else. All right, let's roll the dice. What do you say? All right, I am going to have the AI do the depots just to see. And off we go. It's happening. What's up, XTRG? How you doing? I'm nervous as a well, never mind. I'm not going to make an off-color joke. I'm nervous. Let's see what happens. I admitted before last turn took me by surprise. Oh, by the way, I did want to say Matrix is having a sale. Um, so I think War in the well, I don't know this for I didn't look at it myself, but somebody told me that War in the East is half off. I think War in the Pacific, they're also having that sale, and buy that game on sale. I think it's normally like $79, but now it's way down. So if you're interested in War in the Pacific, which is the greatest game ever made, uh, definitely now is the time to get it. All right, well, here comes the air. We'll see if the Soviets actually do anything in their air this time. We're going to pay a lot of attention to what we put in the reserve box. I'm going to take some of the air out. We'll see. All right, here we go. They are running some sorties, but it looks like it's their usual complement of a little bit of recon and maybe bombing a city here or there, but not much. 85 sorties. It is the middle of the winter. Well, I say the middle. It's November 8th. It's actually not the winter yet, but it is a blizzard. All right, here comes the land resolution. Come on. Just hold the line, gentlemen. I need Mel Gibson running behind these guys yelling, hold the line. I guess he wouldn't mind being in the German uniform. Mel Gibson joke. Warn these two, $39. All right, well, now is the time to get it, certainly. Soviet front attacks. Here we go. I'm going to slow these down. I'm going to pause them. We'll talk about them. Okay, well, I just saw something get absolutely blasted. And that was where we had the Hungarians, and we did have one German infantry division. The heavy cannon came in, the support unit didn't do any good. 3.5 to 1. We lost almost 2,000 troops. That often happens when you have Hungarians right on the front line. He's trying to get around Kiev here, and you can see he actually got a tank core down and around here. Wow. So this thing just took off through here, through this zone of control. I'm actually surprised it got through that zone of control. We got a problem, Houston. Okay, well, let's see what happens. Now he attacks the German divisions here and they hold. He hits them again. Now he is behind them and he has cut the rail line into Kiev, but we held both times there and we hold just south of Kiev, 1-2 there. He takes massive losses. We lost 363. He lost 1784, 29, and 26 AFVs. Now he hits the Hungarians, who hold strong. Yes, Horvath, my guy. Second Hungarian Armored, 13th Hungarian Light, 1st Hungarian Cavalry, exactly who we wanted holding the line. But the Battle of Kiev is on. Now they hit just south of Kiev, and we hold again, this time 1-2.2. All right, we get knocked back northwest of Kiev, and he's got a big gap there, and we get hit again southwest of Kiev. Now these German units get hit again, but it's a second attack on them. Usually those are going to run out of steam. 111. We only lost 4 men there. Now he's going to try to cut off the city. I actually think this isn't the worst place for him to be advancing because we've got a lot of troops in the area. We're holding off most of the attacks, but he broke through our zone of control. All right, he's made it to the Romanian line that's trying to get back to the Crimea. He also, okay, let's look at this. So this is the group that was retreating out of Z-Town. He hits that group. It's a Jaeger division and 13th Panzer. We lose 13 tanks. We actually lose less tanks than he does. 12 artillery. He lost a few more men, but he did get us to retreat out of there. That's okay as long as we can keep him out of this area so that we can retreat out of here. Let's see what happens. All right, they got hit again. We lose 17 more panzers. Now he's in, bad shape, this panzer division. This is now routed. These are the units we left behind, this entire corps, this 29th Corps. They actually held their own here, 265 to 257 under von Sachen. We lost 21 artillery pieces. He lost 1 AFV, but we were kind of sacrificing these guys a little. We have a motorized division that gets knocked back under Reinhardt. We lose. It's about 2-1 in losses, and we did lose AFVs. Now, a big part of that, the 1st Hungarian Armored Division. So it wasn't like we lost good panzers here. We lost part of the Hungarian group. This Panzer Corps holds. Not a problem there on the line, not yet. This group holds 1.8 to 1. Just barely does that hold. This group gets attacked again. 16th Motorized, 57th Infantry. We're dishing out some losses to him, and it's just holding on, which is all we can ask for. And again, this attack peters out. He loses 6 there. All right. These guys, these crack German troops up here, they don't want to give up. I've just left them out here. Von Sachen, he says, fight for me, gives the morale call. 516 to 183, 15 and 13 on the losses there. Hey, we're making them pay a little bit. Again, I was just sacrificing these guys, but they're holding on. All right, we get knocked back a little bit here by Nikolaev, and this is smart of the AI. This is exactly where he should push, right? To try to cut us off right here. But we've got a whole lot of stuff coming back. So if we can just hold this turn and not let him get to the sea, we're not doomed. I was trying to think of a good way to describe that. We get knocked back here 531 to 350. All right, to be expected. The Italians hold on. Look at that. The Italians under Hilpert stand strong. This group, who is this? 12th Panzer Division and 340th Division. They stand up 3-1 losses in our favor. We lose 558 and 9 AFVs. He loses 15, 39, 33, and 12. So that's a pretty good result for us considering we're getting attacked by 4 divisions. Okay. This guy gets knocked back a little bit. He was kind of out on his own. That's actually a good division, but he got, you know, a little too far forward. 25th or 254th Infantry holds. That's good. 9th Infantry holds. This is out by Venitza. Now he's moved his line out, obviously. A lot of space out here. Man, I wish we could run some kind of encirclement. 17-1, so he gets knocked back. This is 12th, gets knocked back this time. Now he's behind the river, and the mechanized tries to hit him again, but we hold. This is under Jordan. This is out in the marshes. So this is northwest of Kiev, out in the middle of the Pripyats. All right, we're getting knocked back all along here, but I may just kind of open this up to them a little bit. The Hungarians get blown out of there. No shocker there. Hungarians get blown out again. They were just standing in the way. I guess they did their job as far as that's concerned. Now we get knocked back closer to Mogilev. This is more concerning. Now, we do have divisions here that can fall back. We couldn't get them all the way out last time, but now they're starting to get surrounded. They take massive losses here. The Soviets do. Well, I say massive. 14, 17, 33, and 3. We take 224 and 5. But it's going to be hard to get these guys out of here. I was hoping to get them to the Dnieper this time. We put another little hurting on them. Ernst Highway to Hell is taking it out on them a little bit. Where are we here? Oh, this is out in the marshes again. You can see the Hungarians that got blown out of here. We have good German and fairly fresh troops out here. This is a pretty well-stocked division, 13,669. They hold on there. Okay, this is right in front of Smolensk, and you can see he's bringing it at Smolensk, and we got routed out of there. Now, that includes that Luftwaffe field division I brought up there, and now we're getting pushed back to the Dnieper south of Smolensk. This group holds. Nice. 81st and 52nd, they hold. Now, again, if we can just hold on, we've got a lot of stuff coming here, but we got to hold. I mean, we just can't lose this stuff now. This is an important hold right here. Let's look at this. 336th holds just to the northeast of Smolensk. They'll probably get hit again. 44, 73. All right, that wasn't much of an attack. This is outside of Veliki Luki. This is where I scooted back into the heavy woods. This is to the south of the salient, and you can see he's bringing stuff into this gap, but I just kind of felt like I didn't have a choice. I had to hinge around here a little bit. He tries to attack into the salient. He again attacks northeast of Smolensk here, but we hold again. And then he attacks directly to the east of the city. We hold on there, thank goodness. Into the salient, you can see he's pushed through here a little bit. Now we have a solid line here, but he's trying to link up and cut all of this off. Hasn't done it yet, but that time we get knocked out of here. We retreated. This is 119th Panzer Division. We lose all Panzers in that group, all 30 of them. We lose 1,100 men and 71 guns. He loses 513. Now, he had 28,000 troops. We had 10,000. He did have tanks in that group. There must be a tank group in here somewhere. It's all support units. 265th, 278th, the tank brigades, and he had another one down here. So 3 full tank brigades. We get knocked back there, but we still have our line, our conga line, barely. Now we get knocked back here. We lose another 27 Panzers. He loses 4 tanks, 479. We took a hit there. Now this is maybe all that stands between us and getting cut off there. Let's hope like hell he holds on. All right, 384, 3 of 19, or a third of 19th Panzer. They get hit. They get hit twice. They hold on both times. Now he's into the salient. We hold there. We've lost quite a few Panzers this time where I split them up, but I think if I wouldn't have split them up, we'd be doomed. Now this part of this Panzer division gets hit, right? It's 1/3 of the 18th Panzer Division. It gets hit right here, and maybe in the save of the game, 1.6 to 1, it holds on somehow to keep us from getting cut off right there. Wow. Now he's hitting into this group. He takes fairly big losses, and they hold. They get hit again. They hold again. 2-1 losses in our favor. Well, as I usually say, this turn could have gone worse. We get blasted out of here. 18th Motorized, 297th Infantry, 6th Infantry. Wow, that was a big group. But the Soviets had 150,000 men here, 219 tanks. They came in here and just blasted that away. Now we've got units that could very well be isolated up here. We'll see. Now they hit into the city. They're hitting into Rezhev. Nothing doing there. Now they're going to hit these Panzer divisions again. We dole out quite a bit more damage than we take, but I was kind of hoping these guys would be routed, but instead they throw up the 666 and absolutely smoke this. 94 men to 13, 21, 5, and 12. We did lose 10 panzers in that melee, and then they get hit again. We lose 4 more, but we dish a lot of losses out to whatever was attacking that. What a turn! My God. All right, we hold there yet again. They've been attacked numerous times now. There we go. Okay, good. I actually wanted this to get routed out of there. I was hoping these guys would as well, because then I think we're all the way out if they would have gotten routed, but they didn't. Instead, Theobald Lieb and the 217th Infantry got routed. Out they go. We took, heavy loss there, but I wanted to get them out. There's no way we were going to march them all the way down here. So I'd almost rather they just route now so we can deal with that. All right, this is right in front of Valeki Luki. We get knocked back there, kind of surprising. This is northeast of Valeki Luki. We hold that. We hold down here again, just kind of almost east of Valeki Luki, a little bit north, 318 to 75. Okay, this is up by Pskov. We hold there. South. This is, I kind of threw this together, but that guy holds. We get hit into that level 3 fort again. We hold again. 264 to 81 on the adjustment, so that looks strong enough. Ah, the fins get knocked back. Now hold on. Oh, dang, it was just 2 to 1. But honestly, getting knocked back into the city isn't the worst thing in the world. Now, I hate to lose that level 3 fort. They took it from 3 to 0, but if they were going to move us any place, this would be the one to do it, because now he's got to come into this hex, and we could try to nutcracker it a little bit. Now we just got to hope none of these guys get moved. All right, that's it. That could have gone much worse. That could have gone much worse. So I'm actually happy with that. Look, it was never going to be pretty. That's why I didn't want to turn the turn. I was afraid it was going to be a lot worse on that, or worse than that. It ends up being bad. It doesn't end up being fatal yet. We'll see. Uh, yes, I did. I mean, when you say I waited too late to pull back, I was trying to keep the initiative. I think I've explained that a million times. It was not smart militarily. If we were just, this was real life or something, we were trying to win the war, I wouldn't have been trying to get to Kalinin for 10 points, So as far as, yeah, I pulled back the minute it became apparent we were never going to be able to hold that stuff. But here we are. Again, I'm okay with this. I thought that was going to go much worse than it did. I think we still have a chance. Is it a good chance? Well, I don't know. We're still alive. How about that? We've got to come deal with this Kiev situation where he's almost got that completely surrounded. Um, I think tomorrow, just as kind of a special Thanksgiving thing, I will try to get all the way through a turn tomorrow. We'll see if I can do it. At some point, I start to get dry mouth because I've talked too much. But I'll try to make it an extra special Thanksgiving episode tomorrow. I will not be wearing a turkey hat, uh, with giblets hanging. But sorry, not those kind of giblets, honey. My gosh, I get dirty looks when I say stuff like that sometimes. She's prim and proper. All right, we're coming up. It is November 15th, 1942. Well, hell, it's almost Thanksgiving 1942. You can see here the Soviets now have 472 points. So we can only lose 28 more before January 1st. That means we cannot lose a 30-point city, obviously. That probably goes without saying. Speaking of which, hold on, let's look at this really quickly. Smolensk is only a 10-point city. It's possible we could pull back from there. Kiev is a 10-point city. Now, I hate to give up anything. Together, though, they're 32 points. That would lose us the game. If we lose both of these, it's hard to see with the air on. 16, 16. If we go down here, Odessa, that's 16. Obviously, Sevastopol loses us the game. I think all of these guys will be able to get out. I'll probably take this German division and bring it over here. I'll leave the best of the Romanians here. I was thinking about maybe putting the good German mountain division there, thinking that's going to be almost impossible for him to run over that. Should I say impossible? Probably not. It's probably going to be hard for him to do that. Now, he did not push through here. That's fantastic. And you can see the rainfall. So we had, let's go look at the weather because the weather is going to make or break this game. And you can see here it may be getting a little bit muddy out here in a few places, or it's going to. You can see the rain is here. It is no longer. So now we just have cold. By the end of the turn, It's showing snowfall. What I want is this rain and heavy rain to hit one more time so it gets muddy again. Could we dare be so lucky? I don't know. Let's go to breaking news. Soviet partisans. Well, that's it. That's all we get to see this time. The Soviets lose one VP and one AP last time. We had that ground setback last time. So this time it's only the Soviet partisans. Okay. Let's just kind of go look around the map. Narvaline holds. How did this unit rebuild? Look at that. Brand new. That division completely rebuilt, sitting back here at Sonda on top of its headquarters, on top of Lindemann. That's a brand new, fresh division. I mean, 94, 90. We haven't seen something like that in a long time. We'll move him back out. We'll move another one of these back, and we'll just keep doing that over and over until we get those rebuilt. Looks like the Soviets pulled back here slightly. I mean, a little bit. These guys, I think, 62, 56. So they're not rebuilding over here, even though they're on a rail line. And I don't have them on refit. Maybe I will turn them on refit this turn. We'll get it back up into all this stuff. This Finnish division that got knocked back, I will put that on refit. I'm just going to leave it in Pskov now. And well, we'll come back to that. We got to do the air first, obviously. Here, this all actually worked out okay. Okay. I'm not going to say it worked out great, but he didn't break through anywhere here. Now, he did shove us back here, and you can see this here. Now, the problem in this area, they don't get a lot, they can't move very far, but I think what I'm going to do, bring this back to Veliky Luki, bring this, maybe put this division in Veliky Luki, bring this back, hinge all of this back, because I'm going to be bringing all of this stuff over. Now, he did have a tank corps somewhat breakthrough here, but it's not that big of a deal. We can move this down, this down. I may have to sacrifice this. We'll see. I'm going to try to get the panzers out this time, even if I have to leave infantry behind. Around Smolensk, this is the big, big problem. Now, this unit did get isolated last time. Is that going to show it isolated? Hold on. Isolated? I thought that showed isolated. It's not showing him as isolated. Why is that? Oh, I think it's because I'm in air planning phase. Anyway, point being is this did get isolated. He's showing red. I think we can blow him out of here, but we're going to have to quickly move a Panzer division if we can get it down here, a motorized something down here to Smolensk to try to hold off the Soviet hordes. As we move around, he's moving, as fast as he can to the west. We're going to have to get behind the Dnieper if we can. We'll see. We'll triple stack Mogilev, probably Orsha, Vitebsk, obviously. We're going to have to bring a lot of stuff back here. Part of that will be bringing a corps up north, and if he wants to run out into the marshes again, I'm just going to have to let him. I don't think we have any option. This did not get totally cut off this time, thankfully, but he has pushed through here with major strength towards Kiev. This is another situation. We may just have to bring a corps down here to try to save our bacon. We will be scooting a lot of things around here, so we'll see. All of this is coming back across the Kerch into the Crimea. Phew. All right, guys. I'm going to call this an episode. I know we're a little short. Well, you tell you what. Let's look at the stats very quickly. So when we come back tomorrow, we're kind of ready to go. There's not a whole lot that's going to be done when it comes to air war, obviously. You can see where the Soviets advanced this time. They kind of moved up one hex all the way around. A lot of this stuff I should be able to get a long ways down here, I hope. The problem is the Romanians are already getting crushed over here. Can they hold this? Probably not, but we're going to try it anyway. Let's look at overall losses. It's now 2.73 to 9.2. We've lost 42,000 artillery pieces. The Soviets have lost 143,000. They've almost lost 38,000 AFVs. We've lost 7.5. So it's like 5-1. And here it's like 3.5-1. For men, it's about not quite 4-1. Like 3.5-1, right? Something like that. 3.3-1, let's call it. So that's total overall losses. Let's go to the charts. Oh, I had to look at that twice. This is the Soviets' point total now. They're at 472. They were at 442. I thought that just said 478. Am I wrong about that? No, it is 472. Okay, we can lose up to, I guess I'm losing my mind. Okay, Soviets up to 472. We have got to hold on to 500 by January 1st. Then it clicks up to 525. Losses. Well, we took a little more, more losses last time. The Soviets now are down at parity with us on losses. Gun losses. We lost a lot of artillery this time. Not great. AFV losses. I felt like we lost a lot. Look at the Soviets. Every damn turn they lose 700 tanks. It doesn't really matter. Air losses are inconsequential at this point. Map men. Whoa! Look at that. The Soviets love the winter. Obviously, their women and their families are procreating during the spring because they bring in a lot of guys in the winter. And here it is 5.17. We're down to 3.54. If we look at the manpower pool, he's bringing things out of the reserves, but he's also restocking it. We have 500,000 men in the reserves. We are in the manpower pool. I shouldn't say in the reserves, in the manpower pool. Obviously, we could stock up a lot of divisions for that. That's at 16,000 men. That's almost 30 full divisions sitting in the manpower pool. No, let's go map guns. 53,000 to 31,000. Map AFVs. Hey, we brought him down a little. 7.9, 2.5. The Panzers down to 2,500 AFVs. Aircraft, he's going up. Doesn't really matter that much. We just looked at the manpower pool. We looked at the weather. I think that's going to do it. Like I said, tomorrow we are going to try to do a whole turn. Yeah, Order 66. That's right, XTRG. Don't let me alone in the bunker because you may never see me again. Anyway, we're going to get after it tomorrow. We're going to try to do a whole turn from start to finish. There's a lot to do, but it is a special Thanksgiving. I don't know. Hell, maybe I'll cut a turkey on screen or something. Not a live one. That'll get you kicked off YouTube. Anyway, you guys be great. Have a very happy start to your holiday if you're in the States. Hey, if you're in Europe, pour one out for us over here. Anyway, be good. Be good. See you tomorrow. Strategy Gaming Dojo. Be good. See you tomorrow. Strategy Gaming Dojo. Talk